So Rudy again at LXJS Lisbon 2014, and I'm now joined by Ben, Ollie, and Alex from NodeBots, whose purpose in life, I guess, is to make robotics more accessible to people who understand JavaScript in a weird cross-continental attempt from America to London. Where you based? London as well. And you guys have been doing quite a bit over the last while. I mean, you've run a workshop for us here. Do you want to talk through a little bit about what you guys are up to at the moment?
I've got one little disclaimer. They've been doing most of the NodeBots things. I've been helping out with NodeBots in Portland, so I jumped in over here. Just wanted to make sure that folks know that these guys are the boss.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Jump in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Grab that.
Yes, so we have been running the NodeBots London event since the International NodeBots Day last year. So I had the good fortune of going to NodeConf last year, and some people were talking about this crazy idea of getting everyone hacking robots with JavaScript and doing it as a day. So get everyone around the world to host local meetups and encourage people to learn and teach others how to get started with essentially Johnny 5, which is a library for talking to Arduinos with JavaScript. And I was like, well, that sounds pretty insane. I'm going to go and look up my local NodeBots meetup in London, and found 0 of them. And I think that was a pretty common story all across Europe a year ago. And so then being surrounded by like super hyperactive JavaScript developers, they were like, well, you know what the solution to that is? Pull requests accepted. Start your own meetup. Do the London NodeBots Day. So in my tendency to overcommit, I was like, yeah, of course. I'll get my friend Alex to do all the work. And so we had no venue, no idea of what to do, not very much talent or skill. And
I'd say none whatsoever.
So we have no idea what we're doing. That's the most important thing about NodeBots. You don't need to know what you're doing. It is difficult, and you could electrocute yourself, so be warned. But it's worth trying anyway.
But if you do it bad enough, it's only going to happen once.
True. You get one shot. So we had no venue, and I freaked out and ran around like a headless chicken. But then, in fortuitous timing, there was a Make sponsored, like, big Make fair going on in London. So I went, and there was just begging people for a space to run this hardware hacking workshop. And they were like, JavaScript? Are you crazy? That can't do hardware in JavaScript. Hasn't even got like proper numbers. And I ignored them and found out about an amazing place called Jailmake, which is a workshop in London. And long story short, we put on an event there. It was a beautiful sunny day. People hacked robots. We had the obligatory quadcopters. Everyone had a good time. And we've been doing it ever since. So we now run it as a monthly event. Alex does a lot of the organizing of that. And I sort of run around stitching flags together, doing everything that isn't quite code.
Yeah.
I think we need
let's,
to...
let's get the flag out so people can figure out what this lovely yellow thing is. Is that the official NodeBots flag? Is that what we're calling it?
So this is now the official logo.
Bring
of
it down,
NodeBots.
because now Ollie's just, I don't know.
I like it better down here. So I've become a robot.
We'll carry
now.
it on down here, shall we? Just like, yeah.
Talking robot.
And so yeah, they're a lot of fun. We just encourage people to make things, and JavaScript and that.
So when's the next event in London?
Next event in London is when we stop gallivanting to beautiful places like this.
Nice.
I think it'll be July. Is it? Oh, it's International NodeBots Day.
Yeah, so we would have done one this weekend actually, because we tend to do it the last weekend of the month, usually on a Saturday. But for the next one, it's the 27th of July, which is actually a Sunday, and it's the International NodeBots Day for 2014, which will mark 1 year since we started this whole merry escapade.
And do you have a venue for people who want to attend, potentially? Is that still to be determined?
To be determined. Probably Jailmake. Most likely we'll be at Jailmake.
Cool.
It's our summer
Jailmake's
hometown.
incredible. It has a plasma cutter. We can make like Jaeger's metal robot mech suits. That's the future.
Yeah.
So
we need some bigger servos for that thing.
So where can people go to find out about when the next event's there? Have you got a URL you can kind of hit up?
Sure. So we're on meetup.com. Just search for NodeBots of London. We're on there.
Should we give the NodeBots should we give the NodeBots URL for the GitHub repo so folks can PR and start their own locally?
Yeah. So it's github.com/NodeBots, I believe, is the organization.
Yeah.
And if you check that out, and there's also nodebots.io, and that'll point you to some upcoming events around the world. But most of the organization for the International NodeBots Day is being done through GitHub because we're all developers and we dislike change. So we stick with what we know.
Yeah, and some of the other things that are on there are like, there's some resources for helping set up your own NodeBots Day locally. There's also resources for creating your own NodeBot kits. There's a whole bunch of things to just create these little sumo bots, laser cut, similar to here. A word, but yeah, it's a good resource.
Let me grab this. And have you got anything going on in the States, Ben, that you're involved in?
I don't think there's anything going on in the States.
All right.
Currently.
Yeah.
Well, no, we'll be doing.
It's all about Lisbon now.
Yeah, we had similar experiences getting everything set up in Portland, Oregon, and now do a NodeBots night once a month as part of the PDX Node meetup for Node, and yeah.
Cool. So when's your next one up? Just I'm trying to just do my pitch thing now.
Yeah. No worries. My guess is going to be international. We're going to do a NodeBots Day as part of Cascadia JS.
Cool. Very nice.
I believe part of the developer week. I'm not sure. I think so.
And so generally, what do you guys think of the conference? You guys have been doing the workshop. Enjoyed it?
Totally amazing.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Coming back next year?
Really good.
Will you invite me?
I'm not on the organising committee, but yeah, you're more welcome. Come on back. Yay!
Lisbon's amazing. LXJS is the most beautiful, incredible festival of technology that I've ever seen. And I don't know if the people at home have seen this, but it's obscenely beautiful.
We're trying to pick it up, so yeah, it's all. It's a wonderful venue as organised. We also got an awesome shot of David earlier, sleeping on the couch to kind of show how much work he actually put into it.
David is a hero, a sleepy hero.
We should
look
go
at him,
somehow.
beautiful in repose.
We'll do that later. All right, guys, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.